Tariff. I love tariffs, right? Because we've been screwed by tariffs used against us for years by China, by Japan, by South Korea, by Germany, by everybody, by Canada. Canada's nasty. They are. They're nasty. People think Canada, they're nasty. People, I love the people, but they're nasty. Nasty leadership.
Trump lies constantly about trade and tariffs between Canada and the United States because he doesn't have a clue about it. Disagree? Come and debate me. Equal, uninterrupted time on the debate network to debate any subject in a private debate room. No public comments, just real people discussing, debating the important issues. www.thedebatenetwork.com. And also, help us out. Subscribe to our channel. Thanks. Anyways, back to the argument. Trump lies because he's clueless about how trade works between Canada and the U.S. Same with tariffs. And who pays the tariffs? What he's doing is he's playing in two populist, America First narratives. Canada is unfair with trade, taking advantage of the U.S. Tariffs in response are the way to make them pay because tariff is my favorite word. Well, these are nothing but half-truths, and no one in the U.S. media or anyone around him explains that he's got it all wrong. There is a trade deficit with the U.S., true. But out of the $453 billion of goods and services that Canada traded with the U.S. last year, $110 billion of that was oil sales. The U.S. exported $426 billion worth of goods and services to Canada. So this left them with a deficit of approximately $27 billion for the year. What's not included in these trade figures? Military spending. Things that Canada's purchasing like F-35s, drones, munitions. Canada spends per year on U.S. equipment 70% of its budget. So on a budget of $38 billion, the U.S. is getting 70% of that, or $26 billion per year. Now, per this article from Maclean's, this is not going to last for long because Canada's switched its policy and now is going to be planning to spend 70% of every dollar on Canadian manufacturers, diverting a lot of money from the U.S. And the reason being, well, they're not a reliable ally anymore. The point of this is the numbers of Canada taking advantage is simply a big-ass lie. So the total deficit, when you add in the military, goes from being a $27 billion deficit to the U.S. to a $1 billion deficit. And on a $905 billion trade, reciprocal trade going between the two countries, this is nothing but a rounding error. So why the tariffs? What is the purpose? Well, Trump is trying to gain control over Canada's resources. Energy, fertilizers, aluminum, steel, lumber, critical minerals, and water. To do so, he needs to create economic hardship and division in Canada. The U.S. administration has been openly supporting the separatists and 51st state people. The admin has even met with these disloyal and clueless morons. But there's another reason why. Trump gave immense tax breaks through his big, beautiful bill to corporations, allowing them enhanced write-offs of their corporate jets, as well as lowering corporate taxes and the taxes on investment income for the wealthy. Well, when you cut out all these taxes for these people, it has to be made up. Well, how do you do it without raising taxes on everyone else? You apply tariffs on goods that people purchase, because those tariffs are paid in the end by the consumer. They are a consumption tax on imports. So, and it hits everything. So when a U.S. company, like say Walmart, imports something from Canada and there's a tariff on it, that tariff is passed on to the U.S. consumer. That is just how it works. That then makes everything, as all goods become tariff, more and more expensive to U.S. consumers, driving up inflation, driving up the cost of fuel, driving up the cost of food, driving up the cost of housing. Everything is affected by this because as you increase inflation, costs have to be covered. So everything from food to medicine, household products, cars, brooms, concrete, sex toys, everything, it gets hit if it's imported under tariffs. You disagree with me. If you think like President Trump and his little minion, Peter Navarro, that tariffs are a great thing, come and debate me. Seriously, come and debate me. I have a degree in economics. I know what I'm talking about. But that's the point, is to have these discussions. Anyways, Robert Simoes, founder of the Debate Network. I hope you'll come and debate me on this subject or any other one. Until we meet next time, I bid you adieu.